Good afternoon. Welcome to Rovers TV and the Providence Stadium, Odsal, Bradford, for this round 17 Kingston Press Championship game between Bradford Bulls and Featherstone Rovers. Today's teams, the Bradford Bulls team, first of all, number 24, Brandon Pickersgill, 19, Jonathan Campbell, 4, Ross Oakes, 3, James Mendika, 5, Ilyas McCarney, 14, Oscar Thomas, 28, Jordan Lilly, 15, John Magrin, 34, Scott Moore, 8, Liam Kirk, 20, James Bentley, 11, Colton Roach, 29, Sam Hallis. On the interchange, 17, Ross Peltier, 36, James Davis, 21, Brandon Wilkinson, 18, Amara Caro, head coach Lee Beattie. Featherstone Rovers, number 1, Ian Hardman, number 2, James Duckworth, number 23, Josh Hardcastle, number 20, Kyron Johnson. Number 4, Missy Talapapa. 7, Anthony Thackeray. 19, Matty Wildy. 13, Richard Moore. 9, Keel Carlisle. 32, Jordan Baldwinson. 12, John Davis. 21, James Lockwood. On the interchange, 6, Kyle Briggs. 14, Frankie Mariano. 8, Daryl Griffin. And 30, Jack Ormonroyd. Head coach John Sharp, and today's referee is Mr. J. McMullen. Fitzpatrick, this is Rovers TV. Good afternoon to commentators Ben Gummersall and Joe Crabtree.
Good afternoon, Joanne. Good afternoon, Joe.
So we just had a heavy rain shower here at Odsal, haven't we? Squally one. It's the kind of one that we always expect at Odsal, but the sun is starting to come out now, but going to make conditions a little bit greasy on the top surface.
It will indeed. Let's hope that rain holds off. Remember when we came here in the Challenge Cup for practically the whole of that match, and then the minute the rain stopped, the minute the match finished, the sun came out. Let's hope it's the other way around this afternoon.
So let's have a little chat about the Featherstone Rovers team. We thought it was going to be an unchanged 17. Unfortunately, Jason Walton's pulled up injured pre-match. So we've got Kyron Johnson stepping into the breach.
It's a good opportunity, this, for Kyron Johnson. Last played at Hull KR, didn't put a foot wrong in that match, and has waited patiently for his opportunity. And now Kyron Johnson.
We just got some late team news there. Johnny Campbell for Bradford Bulls has had to pull out. Amari Caro replaces him on the starting lineup, and Vila Halafihi goes into the interchange. So lots of last-minute changes in both teams, Ben.
There is, and it's a big blow for the Bulls to lose Johnny Campbell. Such an influential player in that three-quarter line. He'll be a big miss, but Amari Caro's a quality player. He's scored a lot of tries for the Bradford Bulls this season, and he's very much an adequate replacement, Joe.
Yeah, bizarrely for Bradford, a team that really lacks strength in depth, but out on the wing is probably the one area where they can afford to lose a player. Amari Caro, more than capable enough replacement. I think that could be a big battle today out on the fringes.
So just waiting for the teams to come out onto this pitch at Odsal. It's actually kick-off time now because it is 3 p.m, so we're still waiting for them to come out yet.
Just going back to what we were saying, though, before that introduction with the Bradford change, what an opportunity this is for Kyron Johnson today. In the three quarters, I fancy we might see him rotating with Talapapa on that centre wing partnership, having the speed of Johnson down that wing. But it's a great opportunity for him, Joe.
Well, there's several options, isn't there, for John Sharp. Kyron Johnson is also competent at fullback, and we know Ian Hardman's competent in the centre, so it might be that Johnson ends up on the wing, fullback, or in the centre. I think there's a number of options, isn't there, Joe?
Definitely, there's plenty of opportunity now as we have the players walking out onto the field. But, you know, in the way the starting lineup's presented on our team sheet, you've got such a contrast out on the fringes there in the centre positions. Kyron Johnson on one side and Jason Walton on the one. You've got one who can play on the wing and one can play in the second row. Really shows the variety of players we've got out wide.
It certainly does, and it is something that Featherstone don't lack in the three quarters. And out wide is power and pace. And for Kyron Johnson to come in, it's not such a bad thing. It's his first game for 10 games, though, isn't it?
It is. It's his first appearance since he appeared at Hull KR in that match over in Hull. He had a great game that day, didn't put a foot wrong, and it was very unfortunate to lose his place for the match on Easter Monday against the Bradford Bulls. But it's an opportunity, Joe, isn't it? One that he has to take.
Definitely, we've seen that right side centre wing partnership's going to be with Hardcastle and Johnson, so two local lads over on this right side, so they can bag a couple of tries between the pair.
I think we've just had the loudest intro music and hooter going at the moment. I hope you can hear us above it, but Featherstone Rovers are going to kick this game off. They're going to be playing, if you look from the main stand, they're going to be playing left to right towards the terracing end, so the game does get underway. It's a high long kickoff that's taken by Elias McCarney, and he passes it, and Bradford take it over the 10-metre line. So Bradford bringing it away. Featherstone defence resolute though, and Richard Moore, James Lockwood in there with Jordan Baldwinson playing for Featherstone Rovers on dual reg today. Bradford 25 metres away. Comes over to the left-hand side now. Still Featherstone defence is getting stuck in there. Bradford just short of the 40. Sun streaming down at the Providence Stadium at the moment. So it's the last tackle. Bradford still in their own half just, and the kick comes. It's a high one from Jordan Lilly. Just got lost in the breeze there for James Duckworth, and he actually lets it go dead, so it's a 20-metre tap. Duckworth takes it up to the 20 metres quickly. Featherstone, and the referee said he wasn't ready. He said that the Bradford players weren't set and the referee wasn't set. Unlucky there, James Duckworth. He was looking for a quick tap there, but Featherstone are going to get 7 tackles from this set. So Duckworth takes it in. He's gone 5 metres forward with that ball in hand. Coming out to John Davis. Now on the right flank. He gets wrapped up by 3 Bradford defenders. To James Lockwood. Featherstone making very steady progress at the moment. The Bradford defence is up tight on them. Baldwinson gets the ball to Thackeray, to Knowles. Good period of passing at the ball there by Featherstone Rovers. It comes out to Thackeray on that left-hand side. Talapapa comes on the inside and he takes it up to the Bradford 40. So Featherstone in the half and he gets the ball away. Baldwinson goes forward. He slips on the turf though. Featherstone up to the 30 though. It's going to be the last tackle, I do believe, here. Featherstone 20 metres away from that Bradford line. The ball's played, it comes across to Thackeray. Thackeray passes it. On the inside, it goes to Davis. Davis chasing the kick there, but Bradford managed to gather it, and it's actually, Davis did manage to gather it, but he got tackled. It's the turnover, Ben.
Good first sets for both teams. A kick from deep from Bradford, which Duckworth judged perfectly and to force the restart, but a good attacking set for Rovers as well, but on the first tackle he conceded, that's going to give the Bulls cheap yardage, Joe, and that's not what Rovers wanted at the start of a new set.
Good work comes undone. John Davis and James Lockwood there involved in the tackle. The Bradford man lifted above the horizontal, so the Bulls now starting just inside their own 40. Featherstone had them pinned back in such a good area.
They certainly did. So, yeah, Bradford are going to get into the Featherstone Rovers half with this next phase of play. In fact, they play the ball on half and there's another penalty. Messing around at the ruck, not letting the Bradford player get up. So, second successive penalty by Mr. McMillan for Bradford. And they're going to make easy metres now towards that Featherstone line. They're going to play the ball 25 metres out, Joe.
Bradford then with the first real chance of this match, and it's come from 2 errors in defence from the Rovers. Really need to step up now and make amends for that.
They certainly do. So the 20 comes forward with Liam Kirk, drives it to the metre line. That was a good drive by Liam Kirk there. Scott Moore in at dummy half. He goes himself. Not made much progress though. Keil Carlisle, his opposite number, was alert to what Scott Moore was trying to do there. Untidy play the ball, and it comes across to Lilly. And then I think it's McCarney there that tries, not McCarney, tries to go on his own. Comes across to the left, and Bradford trying to get through, and it's the last tackle. Good defence by Featherstone Rovers to wrap the Bradford player up. And a nice little kick put in, but he's alert to it, and he catches it on the bounce. So Featherstone survived that Bradford onslaught there.
Yeah, good defence by Featherstone Rovers there on Brandon Robinson. He had the run around. It was a good angled run, but good line defence from Rovers there. And they've forced a mistake from the Bulls, and they're now bringing that ball out from their own 20. So a good defensive set for Featherstone Rovers' job.
And we were talking about Jordan Lilly, weren't we, before the game? However, it was Oscar Thomas that was involved in quite a few plays in that. As Featherstone knock on with Missy Talapapa on their own 30-metre line.
Featherstone coughing up possession in a dangerous area there. Yeah, Bradford do look threatening with Thomas. The way he wraps around the typical modern-day fullback, really. I saw him play down here against Batley, and he was very dangerous on that way. He's the perfect link that you find between the half-backs and those outside backs. Bradford have made interest in the centre and wing position, so he could be pivotal today.
Certainly could. So Bradford are going to set this scrum on the Featherstone 30. Jordan Lilly to feed it. And it comes out to that man Thomas, who lays the pass off. So Bradford get tackled on that first tackle, about 28 metres short of that Featherstone line. They're certainly getting the lion's share of possession in the early stages of this game. Bradford crowd not happy with what Featherstone are doing at the road. Thomas now with the pass to Ross Oakes in the left centre. He gets tackled 9 metres short. Thomas again being the main pivot. He gives it to Lilly. Lilly goes one way and then dances and comes back the other way. And he's 5 metres out now from that Featherstone line. Short ball, and Bradford are over. It was a short ball from dummy half, and the Bradford player came on the charge and got over to the right hand side of the sticks. I think it was Colton Roach.
Yeah, good try there for the Bradford Bulls. The ball driven towards those posts, and then a short pass. And Colton Roach showing the power just to get over to the right of the sticks. It's no more than the Bulls deserve. We've got 7 minutes on the clock. It's Bradford Bulls 4, Featherstone Rovers 0.
You can't lose the territorial battle in the way that Featherstone are so far and expect to be on top in a match. Colton Roach down the centre of the field, playing against his former club, gets one-on-one, and he's able to find his way over with relative ease.
Certainly was. I said that Bradford had the lion's share of the possession in these opening 10 minutes, and in the right area of the field for Bradford, due to mainly Featherstone errors, 2 penalties given away in defence, and then coughing the ball up on their own 30-metre line, enabled Bradford to have that period of possession. And it was a short pass, wasn't it, to Roach, as Bradford come in for the conversion, which is successful from Oscar Thomas. So here at the Providence Stadium, after 10 minutes, it's Bradford Bulls 6, Featherstone Rovers 0.
It was a good defensive side, Joe, and they showed that keeping Bradford out initially, but you can't continue to invite pressure upon yourself in the way that the Rovers did there. Otherwise, no matter how good you are, you're going to concede points. That's what's happened there, and they found themselves behind.
They haven't. What we've got to do as well, Rovers have got to watch this discipline. On the back of 2 penalties, piggybacking them up the ground, and there's a kick which has just bounced in goal. So Rovers have got a result from the kickoff. It was a long kickoff. The Bulls thought it was going to go dead. It's bounced maybe half a yard in the in-goal area, then bounced dead. So from conceding a try, Rovers have got a great result. The ball's being forced to drop out, Joe.
And it is a blustery arena, isn't it, here at Odsal Stadium, at the Providence Stadium, and that was certainly the case from that kick-off. You could see that it was a long kick-off, wasn't it? And it's just the thing that the doctor ordered in terms of Featherstone. That's a towering dropout. It's gone fully to the Featherstone Rovers 20. It went over the top of Keele Carlisle's head. So Bradford turning that into an advantage for them with that enormous dropout.
Well, dialing that ball at Odsal, it's complete unknown quantity sometimes when the ball goes in the air, and so it could be an important day for the men with the boot.
It certainly could, and like I say, it is blustery as well. So Jordan Waldwinson now takes it over the halfway line. So Featherstone managed to recover from that dropout going to their own 20. They made 30 metres forward. Richard Moore now makes it over the 40. Important that Featherstone have a good set of 6 here and complete it. Keele Carlisle runs from dummy half. He eventually gets wrapped up though, and it's the last tackle, 28 metres away from the Bradford line. Thackeray gives it to Wildy. Wildy puts a kick over to that right-hand side, and it's taken, but that's a great chase by Featherstone Rovers. Ilias McCartney took it in the field of play, so they forced yet another dropout for Bradford.
Yeah, second dropout forced on Featherstone Rovers in successive sets. One from the kick-off. It was a good kick from Matthew Wildy high, which Amari Carr took maybe half a yard in the field of play, and then Rovers able to tackle him back behind the line with Hardcastle. It's another dropout forced. Rovers getting some possession and some territory now.
That Featherstone back line going to stand a little deeper for this dropout. Sure enough, it's plumped in front of them. Keele Carlisle's able to touch it with the boot and send Richard Moore hammering in against his former team.
So Richard Moore, 35 metres out, plays the ball, and looking for a penalty there. He tries to step over a Bradford player that was in the ruck. Then the pass from Keele Carlisle comes to Jordan Baldwin, so the referee's having none of it. So Featherstone 20 metres away now. Keele Carlisle in at dummy half for this play the ball. It comes out to the left to Wildy. Wildy with a flat pass there to James Lockwood. Takes it up to the 10. The ball comes into the middle with Thackeray. Thackeray runs with it, gives it to Wildy. But Ross Oakes is in well into the tackle there. Heath spotted that pass to Wildy, and he gets wrapped up on the 10. A flat pass to Baldwinson, and he gets the ball away to Richard Moore, who does a hop, skip and a jump and takes it round to that left-hand side. The last tackle, Featherstone 5 metres out. And a little kick comes from Carlisle at dummy half, and he's being chased, and I think Featherstone could have got that down, Anthony Thackeray, and he does.
The pressure counts for Featherstone Rovers. 2 successive dropouts first, and then Rovers attacking that line 1 or 2. Bulls fans in front of us screaming for forward passes, referee having none of it. It was a great kick through though from the Rovers. Anthony Thackeray able to chase it, get that ball down, and that's just rewards for all that pressure from Featherstone Rovers. It's Bradford Bulls 6, Featherstone Rovers 4 with 12 minutes gone.
Well, Keele Carlisle's already looked to be a bit of a live wire today against his former club, and he's the man with the nous there, just inside the 10 metres, picks that gap in the line, finds it with the grubber kick, and Anthony Thackeray, the most alert man on that field, is able to get there and touch the ball down. You'd fancy Michael Knowles to put the Rovers level here.
You certainly do, yeah. Great little kick there from Keele Carlisle, and innovative from dummy half, really. So Michael Knowles just with this kick in front of the sticks, he should pop this over. And he certainly does to level things up. So here at the Providence Stadium, after 12 minutes of play, it's Bradford Bulls 6, Featherstone Rovers 6.
And it's about now how Featherstone Rovers respond in attack to that try. They've got themselves level with good pressure. They need to retain possession from the kickoff, get a good attacking set, complete it, find touch if they can, or at least turn the Bulls round and make the Bulls work hard in defence.
So Lilly with that kick-off comes over towards Ian Hardman. It bounces awkwardly, but he does catch it in the end and then lays it off to Richard Moore, who drives it in up to the 10-metre line.
Moore's getting through a lot of work early doors.
He certainly is. Hardcastle now takes it over the 20-metre line on another drive. John Davis with that typical run of his where he puts a spurt of speed on and looks so dangerous. And now Hardcastle again with the ball, takes it over the 40. So Featherstone making good progress in this set of 6, just short of halfway line now. Wildy to Moore to Hardman, but the Bradford defence with Colton Roach is in there. He'll be wanting a good game against his former club, and Featherstone on the last having to kick from within their own half. It's taken by Brandon Pickersgill out there on the Bradford right hand side, but the Featherstone chase is a good one.
Crucial completed set from the Rovers and a great kick chase to ensure Bradford have to start from a difficult area. Clever play from Matty Wildy there, could have easily caused an obstruction running behind James Lockwood, but he picks out the pass before that. Featherstone now forcing the issue in defence. Matty Wildy come away with the ball again. Tried to go for it on the free play, but instead Featherstone go come up with the ball here. It's got to be a scrum down 20 metres out from the Bradford line.
Certainly was. I think it was Oscar Thomas, wasn't it, that spilled the ball there in a dangerous place for Bradford Bulls. And Featherstone.
What an opportunity this is for Featherstone Rovers. An attacking set in the Bulls 20, centre field, scrum, head and feed, options left and right, Joanne. This is a great opportunity.
Certainly is. Featherstone with his put in at the 20 metre. Wildy out to Harmon, out to the right hand side, gets it to Hardcastle. Hardcastle though is taken by Thomas. Hardcastle though, Thomas had a second go there at Hardcastle in the ruck, so he's duly penalised. Featherstone with the first penalty of the game. They take the tap on the 10 metre with Carlisle, who gets it to Wildy, who lays it off to Baldwinson, who's met by a brick wall there in terms of Colton Roach and Scott Moore. So Featherstone now over to that left hand side, and Thackeray loses possession, but Featherstone Rovers get it back. But they've lost some ground there. They've gone back 10 metres. Pass comes out to Talapapa, and then it's over in that right hand side. A high tackle on Duckworth, it seemed, but it's not given. So Talapapa going himself. Featherstone just metres short at the moment.
That looked like a high tackle for all the world. Got absolutely collared. The ball comes back out to Thackeray then, and he sends Lockwood to drive the ball in. Featherstone then on the last tackle.
So it comes to Thackeray to Wildy. Wildy puts the kick in again. It's charged down by Bradford, and they're going to regain possession.
Bradford definitely chancing their arm, jumping up in defence to try and pressure the Rovers. Will they be able to keep that up all game? Will there be gaps to exploit? The fans in uproar over in this stand.
Yeah, they felt that the Featherstone Rovers players were offside there because it was broken play. So Scott Moore in at dummy half. Featherstone having to defend against Bradford, who are on the Featherstone 40 now. They're looking bright after that error by Featherstone in attack. Bit of a messy play of the ball, but Colton Roach then takes it forward. It's the last tackle, and Bradford are 35 metres away from the Featherstone line. The kick comes from Lilly. It goes, but it's a poor kick really. It goes dead that, and Featherstone Rovers are going to get the 20 metre tap.
Yeah, 7 tackle set coming up for Featherstone Rovers here. A little bit just too much on the kick there, but the kick on that last tackle for Rovers, charged down by the Bulls. Rovers slow to react to it, and the Bulls there with great possession and great territory. Just a disappointing way to end the set. And Rovers now 8 metres shy of halfway, attacking down the left with Knowles.
So Knowles takes it up, and 5 metres short of the Bradford 40, and Talapapa now. So recognisable these days with his headband and his bright green boots is Talapapa. He takes it up to that Bradford 30. Carlisle in at dummy half, gets it to Thackeray. Thackeray runs it, gets to Lockwood. Lockwood almost on a half break there, but the tackle was good. But Bradford, it was a quick play of the ball. It comes to John Davies, who it's a kick through for Hardcastle. Hardcastle seemed to be bundled off the ball there, but I think they were both going in the same direction. The ball's gone dead, so it's going to be a Bradford 20 metre tap.
Yeah, 2 men jostling position, competing for the ball there. No play suitable of a penalty being awarded there. Bradford then going to get the 20 tap. I tell you what, you never know what to expect with Bradford this season. Today, I think we're getting a great game out there.
Certainly are. They certainly seem up for the game today, don't they?
They do, and when you think back to their performance last week against Dewsbury, the disappointments of that, but they've lifted the game so far, and they're attacking down the left now with Ross Oakes. Oakes tries to pass inside, but goes to ground. Johnny Davis drops on it, and Rovers survive. Another opportunity there for the Bulls. and Rovers now bringing it out with James Lockwood, Joe.
Ross Oakes was away down this left-hand wing, tried to get the pass inside, perhaps might have been better to hold on to it because there were numbers in the Featherstone defence back, weren't there?
The pass was on earlier to Elias McCann. He did back himself and then just didn't continue to do so. Very much caught in two minds, and Bradford with a real opportunity there, should have taken it. Far too much wrestling to the ground there. Talapapa trying to play the ball, nothing's awarded. We get the play, and Jordan Baldwinson has the Rovers just shy of the 40 metres here on the fifth tackle.
James Lockwood in some strife down below us, but the physio says it's okay to go on. Thackeray goes for a long kick, it goes dead. So again, a poor kick to the end of the set for Featherstone this time. But yeah, James Lockwood really struggling down below us, and he was crawling on his hands and knees at one point as the physio came to look at him. Not sure what the problem is, but he has said that he's okay to carry on, so we'll just keep an eye on him. So Bradford with the ball now, they're just short of their own 30. As they make a double substitution to Bradford. I think it's Vila Halafi here, can't quite see who the other one is that's come on for them. Maybe one of my co-commentators might advise at some point. So Scott Moore with the kick now. Goes straight to Ian Harmon though, not the best of kicks. Ian Harmon's waiting for that on his own 10 metre line. He takes it forward, makes good 15 metres there, does Harmon.
Poor kick there from Bradford Bulls, straight down the throat of Ian Harmon, giving him 15 easy metres forward. Rovers have made another 15, they're on their own 40 now, driving that ball in. But that's a disappointing kick from the Bulls, Joe.
It's actually James Davis and Ross Peltier that's come onto the field for Bradford. So Thackeray with a loose pass there, and it's a knock on as well. I think it touched Michael Knowles' hands, so completion rate is an issue for Featherstone Rovers in this half.
Definitely, and losing the ball in the wrong areas of the field, perhaps chancing her arm too early when should just be taking some straight up drives down the middle. No, it's not what we like to see, but perhaps it's some of what Featherstone need at the moment.
So the scrum is going to be set on the halfway line here. Still 6-6 at the moment, after about 22 minutes of play here at the Providence Stadium. And the ball comes out, looking for a differential penalty with Bradford there, but referee says no, that's fine. Featherstone tacklers were in there.
Players have this explained to them time and time again. As soon as the ball's available to the loose forward, that's out. Bradford do eventually get the penalty now, though, and Featherstone going to be put under real pressure yet again here.
So Bradford with a penalty, 42 metres away from the Featherstone line. They'll put the kick into touch. Referees wanting to have a chat with Richard Moore. And Ian Harmon's going to join as well. And James Lockwood, we're having a party down there with the referee.
Ian Harmon coming over as he is the captain on the field.
Don't think he asked for James Lockwood there. James Lockwood is not a man who should be going and talking to the referee. He spent enough time talking to the referee without doing so of his own accord.
And the referee just put that incident on report. I didn't quite see what had happened. It was behind one of the stanchions here at Odsall for us. So we'll see what that was. So Ross Peltier now taking the ball forward for Bradford. They're on the 10 metre line. It's a dangerous position for Featherstone Rovers. Scotty Moore in at a dummy half to Thomas, to Lilly. Then it comes out to that right hand side with Brandon Pickersgill. Tackled on the 10 metres, so didn't make anything forward in that period of play. Now James Bentley having a go, going towards those sticks, driving it forward. He gets tackled 5 metres out. Comes to Jordan Lilly again. He goes himself, and he was looking to get the ball away to Peltier, but good defence there by Keil Carlisle and John Davis to stop that. There's a short ball coming in here though. Could be dangerous for Featherstone Rovers, and it certainly is as the try is awarded.
Disappointing try for the Rovers to concede. Down this left-hand side, it was a crunching tackle from John Davis. A simple pass out to the left, and the ball's able to twist and get over that line. Rovers defence weak on that occasion. We've had 22 minutes here at Providence Stadium. It's Bradford Bulls 10, Featherstone Rovers 6.
line defence was weak there, but it's self-inflicted pressure yet again. Bradford haven't scored points yet without Featherstone awarding them the penalties to give them the field position to get there.
So James Bentley with that try. Featherstone Rovers defence got caught out. Just one man wasn't there to defend James Bentley in the onslaught, and it was one of our smaller men on the field. Was it Matty Wilby, I think, that was in defence there? So
Featherstone didn't need to be in that situation anyway, Joe. They had the ball, they cough up possession, they give away a penalty, all in the space of a few minutes, and Bradford come away with points.
Entirely correct there, Joe. So Oscar Thomas with the conversion attempt is about 12 metres to left hand side of the uprights. And that goes over. So Bradford Bulls in the lead by 12 points to 6 here at the Providence Stadium after 25 minutes of play.
Yeah, so the Bradford Bulls then 12-6 in front after that converted try from Oscar Thomas. Disappointing for Rovers, but again, they responded after that first try. Again, it's how they respond again now. They need to back it up. They need to have a good set in defence.
So the kickoff comes from Featherstone Rovers, taken by Elias McCarney, and he lays it off. And the ball's dropped. Featherstone Rovers with a free play. Kyron Johnston, he gets it to Michael Knowles, so it's still a free play. Knowles taking it forward. He gets tackled, so referee wipes the tackle count clean. Featherstone Rovers 12 metres out, and they get a penalty. And that's for holding down in the rope.
Desperately what Featherstone needed. They've got a penalty now. They've got an opportunity. Can they come away with points like Bradford did? Jordan Baldwinson gets them just shy of the line.
Carlisle in at dummy half gets it to Wildy to Davis, but Bradford players are waiting for him there. It was a slow passage of play, was that? So 2 metres out, Carlisle to Wildy. Wildy takes it and he gives it to Thackeray. Thackeray to Harmon. Featherstone looking a little bit pedestrian in attack at the moment, but Harmon drives it forward. He's 8 metres out. Doesn't seem the zip in the pattern, the cleanliness and crispness. Comes to Lockwood, who drives towards the post, 5 metres away. Carlisle in at dummy half, and he goes himself. Just pulled down short though is Carlisle, and it's on the last tackle. 4 Bradford players in on Carlisle there, and it comes out to Thackeray. On that last is a chase, and he drops the ball. And Bradford come away with the ball now. Hard pass to Lynn with a tackle on McCarney, and Bradford are up to 35 metres.
Disappointing end to the set again for Featherstone Rovers, and the Bulls breaking clear. That's the second time they've done that. From the kick at the end of a set from Featherstone Rovers, and they're now just shy of halfway. The ball's worked in field now. Centre field, the ball's out to Halafihi. He stops, changes direction, nowhere to go. He has to take that tackle on halfway.
So Bradford on halfway now, playing the ball with Peltier. It comes back on the inside. Michael Knowles with a good tackle there though, wrapping the Bradford player up. Comes out to right hand side. Lilly puts the kick in. He drives it towards the touchline. It's not going to go though, and it holds up for Hardman, who does well to take it. It was an awkward bounce for him. It looks as though Featherstone are going to do a double substitution over there, and they certainly do. The ball comes to Talapapa now. Talapapa bounces off one, makes another 10 metres forward, gets over the 40 metre line.
7, Anthony Thackeray, 2, John Baldwinson,
and what does that say that Anthony Thackeray is replaced by Kyle Briggs? Does it mean John Sharp's not thinking he's having a great game?
I think he's shown just shy of half an hour in. Featherstone have recognised there's problems. They need to change something up in the halves. I also think, as Kyle Briggs is showing straight away as he comes onto the field, the kicking game has been a huge part of this. And that is Kyle Briggs' arena. He's got such a long-range boot on him, and he knows the right kick in the right moments. Strangely enough, 2 former Bradford players going onto the field. Orman Royd's had a couple of stints while he's been with the Rhinos. Kyle Briggs are less successful in Super League. On a Bradford lad too.
Certainly is. And yeah, Thackeray's not had the greatest of starts, has he, into this game. Half an hour gone, he's been caught short, and like I said, with the play that they were attacking near the Bradford line, it was very pedestrian and slow. The interchanges between Wildy and Thackeray, it was as if it was in slow motion sometimes, and the Bradford defence were up on us quickly.
Yeah, it's very pedestrian, very not coordinated at all, really. Nothing off the cuff. The Bradford Bulls knew what Featherstone Rovers were going to do, and they were it was almost hospitalised at time. The hospital passes coming in. The Bulls were up in the face of the Rovers, and Rovers were struggling to get through at times.
Wildy and Thackeray, two lightweight halfbacks as well, whereas Kyle Briggs, you've got that bit of a difference. He can almost play as a loose forward. If he spots a one-on-one, because Bradford players are jumping up in the line, he'll take advantage of that. He'll go beat his man, and Featherstone can score down other avenues.
So Bradford with the ball in hand on the 20 metre. We just had a little stoppage in play there because it was an injury in back play. So Bradford playing the ball. It comes down this left-hand side. Carlisle's got a bloody nose. We had Richard Moore with a bloody nose last week. So coming down that left-hand side with Ross Oakes. And McCartney gets round Kyron Johnson, but he mucks up at the last minute. Perhaps should have passed Ian Hartman, tackles him. It's the last tackle. Scotty Moore gets it to Oscar Thomas, to Peltier, and now it's out to that right-hand side. They've got manoeuvre at Bradford, but I think he's in touch as the Bradford play. It's actually a forward pass.
Once again, the Bulls have bombed an opportunity down this left-hand side. A break down this left wing from Ross Oakes. He is wreaking havoc down this side. The pass was on inside him again. Didn't take the pass inside, and instead the Bulls going across field have lost possession again, turned possession over. But Featherstone Rovers struggling at the minute to cope down this right side defence with Ross Oakes, Joe.
Featherstone Rovers, I think Bradford have targeted this left-hand side of attack for them, the Featherstone Rovers right-hand side of defence. It's the second break that Bradford have made down there, isn't it?
Definitely inexperienced partnership in the form of Josh Hardcastle and Kyron Johnson. More lightweight perhaps, and a dangerous side for Bradford too. Oakes and McCartney, very threatening. Can't seem to find each other once they've made those breaks though. Both squandered an opportunity now as Ormonroyd takes the ball crashing in. Bradford looking for the ball steal there, not picked up by the referee and doesn't come out for them. Jack Ormonroyd though going down here and looks to be struggling. The physio rushes onto the field.
With the injury problems that Jack Ormonroyd has had, it's not good to see him when he goes down, is it? But Daryl Griffin has come onto the field as well for Featherstone Rovers, and Frankie Mariano, so another double substitution. Richard Moore that's gone off the field, and I'm just trying to see who the other one, James Lockwood it is, that's gone off for Featherstone Rovers. So Jack Ormonroyd, physio says he's okay to carry on. It's his leg that is the problem, but he's maybe just twisted awkwardly in that tackle, so he's going to play the ball just short of the Bradford 40. Wildy with the kick. It goes, Pickersgill tries to trap it, but it comes off his leg awkwardly, and the Featherstone chase is good, and they try to get him over the try line, just failed to do so, but he's going to have to play this ball a metre out from his own try line. Featherstone defence up very quickly, and the Bradford fans aren't happy about that, but I didn't see anything wrong with it myself.
What happens a lot, you see referees a lot nowadays, but the no players are going to stand in front, so they go back 12 yards. So if a player is stood a yard in front of him, he is still 10 metres back. The Bulls attacking now down that Rovers right hand side, but Rovers defence on that occasion matching up to them.
So Bradford with a pass from Lilly to Peltier, and then it comes out to Scott Moore, and he's to Davis, and he's tackled on the floor, and then it comes to Thomas. They're having to kick from just short of their own 30 at Bradford. The ball bounces several times before it gets to Ian Harmon, who collects it, and he gets tackled 35 metres away from his own line. So it's a good chase from Bradford, even though it was a poor attacking set of six. Kyron Johnson now with the ball. Looked to be a high shot on him there by Peltier, and certainly the referees called it.
that needed to be awarded. That was dangerous play outright. He must be about 3 times the body weight of Kyron Johnson. Goes in round his neck. He's lucky still to have his head on.
I bet Johnson's thinking, oh, why did I come in the middle of the field to take the ball then? So anyway, Featherstone Rovers have got possession. They're going to take this tap from the penalty. 35 metres away from that Bradford line with Josh Hardcastle drives it in. Takes it up a further 10 metres. So going in the right direction, Featherstone at the moment. Daryl Griffin now on the charge. He's fresh onto the field and he makes a good run forward, does Daryl Griffin. Takes it up to 15 metres away from the Bradford line. It comes to Wildy. Wildy to Briggs with a short pass to Knowles. Knowles tries to get away from the attackers. He drives his legs. He's going to get held up over the line here, I do believe. And he does.
Much better play there from Featherstone Rovers. Much faster. Attacking down that left-hand edge. Michael Knowles held up.
Briggs to Mariano. Mariano's 5 metres short. Featherstone need to be a little bit more inventive to get over that try line. It comes to Carlisle to Briggs. But Briggs gets wrapped up and there's a penalty for offside given there for Featherstone Rovers.
There we are. We said that about Briggs. We've said that the Bradford defence are jumping up. On that occasion, they're offside. But that offside only comes into play because he isolates the man, runs at him, forces the referee to make that decision. Carlisle then with a quick tap gets into Briggs, and Briggs is sending Mariano running into the line.
So Mariano 5 metres away from that Bradford line, and Carlisle now to the left-hand side to Briggs. Briggs showing the ball, and Briggs is going himself, and he's over! What an individual try by Kyle Briggs there.
Beautiful show of goal there for Kyle Briggs. From Carlisle's pass out to the base of the ruck. The ball swung left to Briggs, who showed it out wide. The gap open, twinkle toes, Kyle Briggs dancing through that Bulls defence, going over maybe 5 metres to the left of the sticks. We've got 7.5 minutes left here in the first half at the Providence Stadium. Bradford Bulls 12, Featherstone Rovers 10.
And does that vindicate John Sharp's decision to replace the Thackeray with Briggs?
You've got to give a huge well done to John Sharp. It's a brave change to bring Briggs in for Thackeray. Make a change to your halfbacks in the first half hour. But Kyle Briggs rewards him for that decision. He makes that play. He decides to run the ball himself. We said that was the advantage he had over Thackeray. He's got a bit more meat on his bones, and that means he could isolate a player one-on-one, back himself, and score that try in the manner he did.
Certainly does. Michael Knowles then with this conversion attempt, about 10 metres to the left-hand side, 10-15 metres to the left-hand side of the uprights. Taking his time with it. Important one this, because it will level the scores up here at the Providence Stadium. 12-10 at the moment. About 4 or 5 minutes remaining to half-time here. So Knowles coming forward to strike the ball. And he's missed it, unfortunately. So Featherstone Rovers on 10 points. It's Bradford Bulls 12, Featherstone Rovers 10.
We've got 6.5 minutes left to half-time now. Rovers with a 2-point deficit over the Bradford Bulls. What they need is they need a good, strong set here. Complete the set. If they can find touch, great. But it's so important, Joe, that we retain possession now.
So the ball, it's a high kick off at Ian Harmon underneath it, lays it off to Jack Ormonroyd, who drives it forward. He seems to have got over his leg injury. Took that ball in well there, did Ormonroyd. Ball comes to Griffin now, slips on the turf. Doesn't make as many metres forward as he'd have wanted to there, Daryl Griffin. Comes out into the middle there. Featherstone taking it up in ones with the forwards with Mariano. Back to Griffin. Griffin's having another go and does better this time. Gets a good foothold in the turf this time and plays the ball. It comes out to Kyle Briggs. Kyle Briggs, but the ball's charged down and James Duckworth needs to chase this well, and he does so.
Great recovery from Duckworth there. Featherstone under real pressure. Couldn't let Bradford still try like that, and now they're on a surge with Talapapa down that left flank.
Yeah, and of course the ball goes back to one. The tackle count because it was charged at by Bradford Bulls. So Featherstone on the halfway line now. Knowles on the charge. Good run by Michael Knowles. Came onto the ball well, and it comes to Mariano in the middle. And he takes it up to the Bradford 30. Carlisle to Knowles on the left-hand side, puts a little Gruber through, but it's taken well over on that right wing. So, but he's knocked on. It's not taken as well as I thought. So Bradford knock on, and it's a Featherstone scrum on the 10.
What an opportunity this is for Featherstone Rovers to get more points on the board and take the lead for the first time. We've got 5 minutes left in the first half. It's the Bulls 12, Rovers 10. And Rovers now with scrum, head and feed on the Bradford 10, about 15 metres in from the left-hand touchline. What an opportunity, Joe.
Talapapa comes over to add extra numbers on this inside of the scrum. You wonder where the ball's going. Wildy brings the ball over to the right. Dummy sends it out to Hardman round the back. Can he find Johnson on his outside? He does so. Johnson's going to get crowded out. Can't quite find a way through. Bradford look to drag the youngster into touch. Aren't able to do so, and Hardman's there at the foot of the road. Dummies backs himself, but the referee's going to bring it back.
Hardman put a step into touch there as the ball was played. Kyron Johnson did so well, didn't he, not to get into touch, and then it was at the play of the ball that we ended up stepping into touch.
Kyron Johnson showing great strength to stay in the field of play, like you say, but Ian Hardman with the foot in touch. Disappointment there for Rovers. They've not taken the opportunity. We've got 3.5 minutes left. It's still the Bulls 12, Rovers 10.
So Bradford Bulls bringing it up the field now with Sam Hallis, and he knocks on though. He knocks on 15 metres away from his own line. Featherstone Rovers going to get another chance here.
Agonising there for the Rovers. 2 opportunities they thought they could have been over. Not worked out, been called by the referee on 2 occasions. They've still got possession of the ball though, 50 metres out down the centre of the field. They need to come away with points here, and you back them to do so.
It comes out at the back of the scrum to Kyle Briggs. Kyle Briggs though is wrapped up there. Plays the ball 12 metres out, comes to the left hand side with Michael Knowles. Bradford defence is good though. Knowles plays it, Carlisle in at dummy half. It comes out to Briggs, who gets it to Ormonroyd, who fends the first defender off, and it's a quick play of the ball, and Featherstone Rovers are driving towards that line with Darryl Griffin, who's just pulled down short. Griffin plays the ball. Mrs. Davis out, it comes out to Hardman, to Johnson on his right hand side. He's going to have to work hard to get over the line. Bradford defence is good, but it's a penalty for offside. As you can hear, the Bradford fans are going crazy about that decision, but I think it's the right one by the referee. The tap comes from John Davis to Matty Wildy to Darryl Griffin. Griffin 5 metres away from that Bradford line. Can Featherstone get over before half time to go into the lead? Comes to Davis. Good tackle by Ross Oates on John Davis. Now into the middle to Wildy. Wildy out to Briggs. But Briggs puts a little kick into that left-hand side to James Duckworth, where it goes into a Bradford hand. You can see what Briggs was trying to do, but it was early in the tackle count.
The noise in this stadium at the minute is absolutely deafening around us. There's a penalty now for the Bulls. Rovers offside of the play of the ball. A relieving penalty, but the noise around here at the minute is unbelievable. We've got a minute left in the first half, Joe.
Jordan Lilly now with the kick to touch, so it's Bradford that are going to get the last spell of play in this first half by the looks of it, whereas Featherstone Rovers were attacking the Bradford line. It's now Bradford that are 30 metres away from the Featherstone line. Comes now with Liam Kirk. He plays the ball. Left hand side, it's coming out to Thomas. Thomas shows a dummy and he goes himself. Hardman meets him though, and that was an important tackle by Hardman.
Thomas too nimble for Griffin. Griffin just couldn't keep a hold of him, and now Bradford with a real chance.
Bradford have men over, but Featherstone's sliding defence has come over on that left hand side of defence, and that's the way the ball's gone. They put it back on the inside to Roach. It's the last tackle as he gets tackled a couple of metres short. More in at dummy half. He puts a little kick through. It could be anybody's here. comes back to Bradford. They go for the line, but they pull down short, and it's going to be a turnover.
End-to-end stuff here. Featherstone had to score down at the other end, then Bradford come up the other way and should be over themselves.
It is end-to-end stuff, certainly is. It's certainly got lots in it as this game. It's not up to the standard of the Hull KR game last week, but certainly lots in it. Lots of errors as well, unfortunately. So Featherstone Rovers are bringing it up to 25 metres away from their own line. As the half-time hooter goes, the loudest hooter in the world, Talapapa gets the ball away to Davis. Davis to Johnson. Johnson puts the kick through. He chases it, but Pickersgill takes it, and he's going down the left-hand wing now, and there's a gap. He puts the kick through. I don't think it'll come to anything because Hardcastle's chasing it. He boots it into the Providence stand there, does Hardcastle. That was the right thing to do. Half-time here at Providence Stadium. Bradford Bulls 12, Featherstone Rovers 10.
And you look at the matches we've got coming up. We've still got to play London, Toulouse and Halifax. Victory today means we win those games, we get that second spot. But it is massive for Featherstone Rovers. They must get this victory today, Joseph.
I'm going to kick this second half off, and Featherstone Rovers need a vastly improved performance compared to what they put out in that first half. So Lily comes with the kick. It's a high one. Taken by Harmon, who lays it to Ormonroyd. He takes it forward towards his own 20-metre line. Then the run comes from dummy half from Featherstone Rovers. And it comes to Griffin now on the charge. Griffin takes 4 Bradford players with him, and he makes it up to the Featherstone 40. That's from Darryl Griffin, and now he takes it up to the halfway line, and it's one-man stuff at the moment. Featherstone in that Bradford half, and it comes to the left-hand side. The kick comes on the 4th from Kyle Briggs, and it goes towards Pickersgill, who takes it within his 10-metre, and the Featherstone chase is there from Knowles and Talapapa.
Completed set from the Rovers, got Bradford down the right end of the field. That's much more improved from them. Simple walk drives has done the job, and now a bit of determination in defence. Jack Ormonroyd jumping up there.
Jack Ormonroyd running back into the defensive line there, limping though, and not good to see. I think he's still carrying that knock that he had in the first half, but he certainly came out of the defensive line quickly. And Colton Roach now with the ball, and Darryl Griffin with a late flop, and he could have been penalised there. How he wasn't penalised, I have no idea, but he wasn't. So it's the last tackle, and Bradford only made it up to the 30-metre line. It's been a great defensive set from them, and the ball comes off Kyle Briggs' back. And it's not back to 1 because it wasn't played at. They've put the ball out, and they still get the ball away to Bradford. Not sure how that happened, and Featherstone could have been in a really good position. They've ended up, though, with a put in at the scrum 40 metres away from their own line.
Rovers very slow to react to that situation. They're tight to the touchline on the last tackle. It just needed someone alert to get to the player, put him in touch. Instead, the Bulls have got a further 30 metres downfield.
No awareness on this left fringe. Morikawa should have been absolutely lambasted as soon as he got a ball. No way he won't end up in touch, but scrums in their own half.
Just seems a little bit of lethargy, doesn't it? I mean, it was a great defensive set. They'd kept him to the 30. The kick was poor. It had gone off Kyle Briggs' back, but they still weren't able to capitalise on that. And Bradford ended up getting the kick away, which was amazing. Anyway, Featherstone now with the ball. That's a better drive from Frankie Mariano. Featherstone 30 metres away from that Bradford line, and it comes to Briggs, and Briggs with a short ball there to Darryl Griffin, who gets the ball away to Harmon, who gets it to that right-hand side to Hardcastle. Hardcastle trying to fight his way through the Bradford defence, but is unable to, and gets put to the floor on the just short of the 10-metre line. Comes into the middle now with Griffin on the charge. Griffin's going for that line. Just held up short, and it's the last tackle. Needs a quick play of the ball, and it is. And it comes to John Davis on the last tackle, and he puts a grubber through. And Featherstone Rovers have got that ball down on that right-hand side.
Yes, they have got that ball down. John Davis there. It was a great drive from Darryl Griffin towards those sticks. It was held 1 metre short. A quick play of the ball. The ball found its way to John Davis. He's the one who put the kick in behind that Bulls line. Rovers able to get the ball down. It's Josh Hardcastle with the try. And we've got barely 3.5 minutes of the second half. And Rovers hit the front for the first time in the game. It's Bradford Bulls 12, Featherstone Rovers 14.
Josh Hardcastle, Featherstone Rovers, leading try scorer this season. I think that's his 11th, I do believe, for Featherstone Rovers this season.
I was worried just after he did score that try. He was laid out behind the line, but he sprung back up, sure enough. And this second half looking much more positive for the Rovers than that first, getting first on the board and finally taking the lead.
And it was that set of 6 there, wasn't it? That attacking set of 6, even though Bradford had managed to get that ball away and they were able to get the ball back down towards that Bradford try line through some really strong drives. Mariano came up with a good play during that set of 6. So Knowles now with the conversion attempt, about 10 metres in from that right-hand touchline. It's a fairly difficult one for him. It's full though, so that puts Featherstone Rovers further in the lead. Bradford Bulls 12, Featherstone Rovers 16. Featherstone Rovers in the lead for the first time this afternoon.
Well, quite simply, Joe, it's a lot easier to get it down the other end of the field if you use all 6 of your tackles to do so. And Featherstone have started this half. They've completed both of their sets.
They certainly have. So that was definitely the start to the half that John Sharp would have been wanting from his Chargers. So the kickoff comes and Darryl Griffin taking that ball in towards the 20-metre line. Carlisle in at dummy half. So Featherstone Rovers looking to make their way back up the field now with John Davis. He goes on a charge, takes it over the 40. Mariano now. Mariano already in his second half, looking to be having a better performance than the first. Featherstone Rovers going there with Kyle Briggs. He gets tackled. It's the last tackle. Cale Carlisle going from dummy half. Puts a crossfield kick in, a reverse kick. Goes over the try line and Michael Knowles is chasing, but it just goes dead. So it's going to be a 20-metre restart for Bradford Bulls with Brandon Pickersgill.
Yeah, Rovers have come out a different team in the second half. A lot more urgency in attack, a lot faster play of the balls, making the yardage. It's giving the Bradford Bulls a lot more to think about on defence. And Rovers now back, and the Bulls are playing the ball on their own 30.
Takes it over the 40-metre line, going from dummy half. Scott Moore in at dummy half now for Thomas to play the ball. It comes into the middle. It's a loose pass. Bradford come away with it okay, though. With McCartney over on that left-hand side, on the halfway line. Bradford taking it forward. Jordan Lilly showing it and keeping the ball himself. Tries to go himself, but he's tackled just shy of the 40. Scott Moore now, and evades the first charging tackle by Featherstone Rovers. There's the last tackle for Bradford. Comes into the middle with Thomas. He seems to have had a lot of time to put that ball. It's a real high ball. Douglas to take it. He's spilt it. And it's going to be a and Bradford has spilt it as well. It's going to be the first knock-on from Featherstone Rovers, I do believe, with James Duckworth even.
Crucial recovery for Duckworth there, that he was able to drag Caro over and he was unable to ground it. He had to take that vomit. He's going to swirl around when you're down in the ball. Perhaps that's where Featherstone needs to be looking with their kicking options. But any winger in this division has to be taking kicks like that. There wasn't a man on him. He wasn't that under pressure until after he'd spilled it.
Certainly not. It is a swirling wind as well. We're trying to keep things under control in the commentary box here. It's blowing our papers all over the place. So as soon as you put a high ball in, it's going to be like that. But good defence there by Featherstone. It looks like a knock-on from the play of the ball, but it's not given. Slow pick-up, Joe says. So we'll go with that. Colton Roach driving it forward. We know that he's quite a strong player, is Colton Roach. He takes it 3 metres short of the Featherstone line. The ball's played now, and It's a knock-on by Bradford, so Featherstone Rovers survive that onslaught by Bradford Bulls. Luckily, and Bradford will be disappointed with that set of 6 there.
They will. Good line defence there from the Rovers, able to force mistake tight to their own line. They are going to get head and feed 10 metres out from their own line now, and a chance to bring that ball away. And Rovers manning up in defence. We've had 8 minutes of the second half. It's still Bradford Bulls 12, Featherstone Rovers 16.
Just got a stoppage in play at the moment. The physio just attending to, is it Keil Carlisle's nose again in there in that scrum? I can't quite see who he's having a check of. There's a lot of water being taken on. It is warm out there. We're not feeling the warmth here in the stand though, because we're in the shade, but in that sun it is warm. Ian Harmon now from the scrum takes it forward. 15 metres out from his own line. Johnson's coming for a little bit of action in the middle of the field.
Richard Moore's just come onto the field for Darryl Griffin, so he'll be looking to add some impetus, bringing the ball forward. Duckworth taking that scoot into the centre of the field. It's Rovers 45 metres out.
2 wingers there doing some of the forwards work, taking a breather for the forwards, and now it goes out to that right side. There's a break on, and it's a great play there. I think it's Ormonroyd that's come onto the ball and scored a try. What a fantastic individual try there by Jack Ormonroyd.
Absolutely beautiful step from Jack Ormonroyd there. The gap opened up. He was through it superbly. Showed superb speed for the prop forward. Able to round the fullback like he wasn't there. Get the ball down just to the right of the sticks. And Rovers now taking control. We've had 10 minutes gone. In the second half, it's Bradford Bulls 12, Featherstone Rovers 20. Jack Ormonroyd with a turn of speed, Joe.
The way he went round Brandon Pickersgill there was amazing. That's why we weren't sure it was Jack Ormonroyd.
Jack Ormonroyd, what a hustler. He's been struggling with a niggle all the way through this second half. All of a sudden, he bursts onto the ball, blitzes past the fullback, and finds his way in to score to try and extend that Rovers lead.
Came absolutely out of nowhere, did that try, didn't it? You know, it just going, making the way up the field, and suddenly this pass comes to Ormonroyd, who charges onto it like a centre, goes round the fullback and under the posts. Michael Knowles with a very kickable conversion attempt under the sticks now. He strikes the ball. It goes between the posts, so Featherstone Rovers with a great score now compared to what they were going in at half-time. Bradford Bulls 12, Featherstone Rovers 22. What a turnaround in the early stage of this second half.
That try reminded me of a 2006 vintage Danny Kermond as opposed to the 2017 version, perhaps not quite as nippy, but Jack Ormonroyd, unbelievable pace for a pro.
So Bradford Bulls kicking this game off, restarting the game. It's a high one and it comes to Hardman. Richard Moore, who's come back on the field. And there's another break here by Featherstone Rovers, but the ball spilled by Ian Hartman. Looked to be promising there in the middle of the field, didn't it, Ben?
You can see the confidence in this Featherstone Rovers team now, Joanne. They're finding the gaps, they're making the half breaks. They've got the men on the shoulder. Ian Hardman just not able to take that pass. But the opportunities are coming now, Joe.
It was Josh Hardcastle who'd made the break and tried to get that pass on the inside to Ian Hardman. There was a lot of Bradford traffic about as he was trying to do that. Hardman just not able to take that pass cleanly. So it is going to be a Bradford put-in. A few metres into that Featherstone Rovers half. They'll be glad of some possession, won't they?
There will be at the moment. Rovers have been on fire since they came out at the start of the second half. 10 points they've scored in the opening 10 minutes. So they've been at a point a minute. Featherstone, the Bulls just need a bit of possession, really, Joe.
Certainly do. Featherstone Rovers 10 points in the lead at the moment, ahead of Bradford Bulls. And they're in possession at the moment on the 30-metre line. Brandon Wilkinson's replaced Scott Moore for Bradford Bulls. Peltier now with the ball on the Featherstone 20. Got a couple of tackles left in this set of 6 of Bradford. It comes out to this left-hand side. They're favouring that. They're going for that try line. Just gets hauled down just inches short, and over on that left-hand side, it's a loose pass from dummy half. Eventually bounces into the arms, and it comes over to James Mendika, who gives the ball out to Amari Caro, and it's the last tackle and the 15 metres short of Bradford at the moment. Mendika in at dummy half. Lilly puts the kick, but Ian Hardman read that well and took it well as well.
Fantastically fielded there from Hardman. It's a good finish to the set from Bradford, but Featherstone come away with possession, fortunately. Forwards really need to step up to the plate and get them out of here now.
So Talapapa, not a forward, but gets the ball away to Duckworth. I'm not sure he should be offloading there, and the referee said it was held anyway, so he's going to have to play the ball on his own 10.
Jordan Baldwinson back on now for the Rovers.
Richard Moore taking it forward to his own 30-metre line. Sorry. Kick comes in from dummy half, and it's a long kick. It was going for a 40-20 there. It skids away though and goes dead. So Bradford are going to get a 20-metre restart from that kick from dummy half. I think it was from Keil Carlisle.
Trying to use the corners of the pitch that slope up there, just a little bit too much on it on that occasion.
So Bradford now bringing it up towards their own 40-metre line. Coming down this right-hand side with Mendika. Featherstone Rovers fans very familiar with James Mendika. Had such a successful time at Featherstone Rovers. Colton Roach, another former Featherstone Rovers player. Silly play by Michael Knowles there. I think it was lifting it above the horizontal, giving penalty away.
Too late in the tackle count. Bradford in a dangerous area of the field. Unnecessary from the Rovers. They're inviting pressure upon themselves, just as they did in those opening exchanges of the first half. Just let Bradford build up a lead. Well fielded there from Duckworth. Featherstone back in possession of the ball, and Duckworth running the ball in with real impetus. Gets them beyond the 20, breaks the tackle, finds Hardman on the inside. Now Featherstone are on the 40. Much more lively from the Rovers.
Great play by James Duckworth there. The poor play by Bradford, not making touch, but he fielded it well and got the ball away to Hardman. Now Featherstone Rovers with Talapapa in the middle of the field.
Spoke to Duckworth on Thursday night. He said he'd seen these games as an opportunity to prove himself. He did so there. Now Richard Moore with the ball in the centre of the field. He fends off one Bradford man. He then comes over to the left side. That's important metres for the Rovers.
Keil Carlisle now to Ian Hardman. Ian Hardman taking it forward. He's 10 metres away from that Bradford line. Featherstone Rovers passing the ball about much better in the second half, and Ian Hardman earns a penalty there. Bradford very slow getting up from that ruck, and there's a penalty under the sticks, and the Featherstone are going to go for 2 points, unsurprisingly.
No, that's all. That takes the score out to that takes the lead out to 3 scores. Ian Hardman, of course, chasing down. Takes the lead out to 2 scores. Ian Hardman, of course, chasing down Paul Newlove in the scoring charts. It was a great break there through, but this is smack bang in front of the sticks, and it's Kyle Briggs who's going to be kicking this one. And I think, am I right in thinking Kyle Briggs is chasing the milestone, Joanne?
It's his 200th career appearance today for Kyle Briggs. 3 stints with Featherstone Rovers.
Briggs successful with that conversion then. So it stretches the lead out further. It's Bradford Bulls 12, Featherstone Rovers 24. And we've had 16 and a half minutes of the second half.
Briggs successful with the penalty then. Takes the lead to 12 points, and that could be important in a day where Bradford are looking dangerous down the fringe as the conversion's always going to be difficult. But Featherstone finding themselves under pressure again. Jordan Baldwinson unable to take the kick off successfully, and so it's going to be a dropout for Featherstone. Bradford going to get possession of the ball yet again. They've got to find themselves on the attack. Referee stops the clock then as Carl Briggs prepares to take the dropout.
Carl Briggs with that dropout makes it up to the halfway line. Bradford waiting for it with Pickersgill. And lays it off there to James Davis, who takes it over the halfway line, just a couple of metres into the Featherstone half. Peltier now on the charge, takes it over the 40. 24 points to 12 to Featherstone Rovers at the moment in this game at the Providence Stadium in Odsal. Comes to Oscar Thomas, passing it along the line of Featherstone here, and Kyle Briggs came out of the defensive line, could have caused problems. Keil Carlisle eventually wraps the Bradford player up. Bradford fans screaming for a penalty. They're not getting it though. Thomas 10 metres away from the line, tries to go himself. He shrugs off several Featherstone defenders. It's the last tackle though as he gets wrapped up a metre short. Featherstone being told to stay on side by the ref, and it's a flat pass. And Featherstone Rovers with the interception, although the referee's called a knock. Oh, it's a turnover. He said it was a forward pass there from Bradford. Is that flat?
All the same, Carl Briggs doesn't know that. It's a great pick on the intercept, and he races away to play the ball in the centre of the field. It's Kyron Johnson comes in at the foot of the ruck, takes that first drive up and gains a full 10 metres, to be fair to the lad.
So Featherstone Rovers survive that Bradford attack. Talapapa now taking it forward towards the 30-metre line. Got three Bradford players around him. Bradford offside at that play of the ball there. They'd really crept forward. Quick play of the ball there from Josh Hardcastle. Featherstone Rovers taking it up to the halfway line now with Jordan Baldwinson. He plays the ball. Comes out to the right side to Wildy. Wildy lays it off to Davis, who comes back on the inside. He's dodging around. Gets the ball to Briggs, who just has to reach forward for it. Colton Roach with a tackle round Briggs' neck. It's the last tackle. Keil Carlisle kicking from dummy half again. Goes over to McCartney over on that left wing. He traps it with his foot and then takes it forward, but Johnson and Hardcastle are in with the tackle.
Yeah, not the best kick on that occasion. Out of that tin half back there. Straight down the throat of the winger over on that far side, giving him far too much time to pick the ball up and return it. Not with the way that Rovers will have wanted to complete that shot.
Certainly won't. Ideally would have been looking to get the ball back or even to drill it into touch to force a scrum. Anyway, Ross Peltier in the middle of the field now, taking it forward. Three Featherstone Rovers players in attendance. It is the lost tackle. Oscar Thomas with the ball. He puts the kick up. Bradford player was in front of Thomas when he took that. Referee's not spotted it though, because it should have been an offside decision there, and as Hardman took it and was tackled by the player that was offside, but he's not going to give that. So Featherstone Rovers with the ball now, 15 metres away from their own line as Talapapa takes it forward. It's quite a slow play of the ball here as eventually the Bradford players get off it. Hardcastle now driving towards that halfway line. He's a few metres shy of it. Comes out to the right hand side. It's a knock on at the play of the ball.
Featherstone coughing up possession yet again in an area of the field where they can't afford to be doing so. Bradford are going to have an attacking set all in the Rovers half now, and that lead only being 12 points, it's not a safe enough margin for them to be doing that.
It's certainly not. Completion rates have been an issue, haven't they, in this match for Featherstone Rovers. I think for both teams, really. When you're looking for a top four place and you're playing a basement club, you'd be looking to get better completion rates than this.
Yeah, it has been disappointing for the Rovers with the completion rate today. Here are the balls now on the charts. We've got 19 minutes left here at the Providence Stadium. It's Bradford 12 and Rovers 24.
Ross Peltier now with the ball in hand, taking it towards Featherstone 20. He's crossed to Jordan Lilly. He's been instrumental in a lot of the Bradford plays this afternoon, as has Oscar Thomas, as you would expect halfbacks to do so. Fourth tackle, and they're on the 10 of Bradford, and Oscar Thomas gets it out to that left-hand side again. They're looking to go down there. Kyle Briggs in. Attention, though, there on the Bradford player, and it's the last tackle being called. They play the ball out on that left. It comes to Thomas on the last tackle, and the kick comes through, goes to Ormonroyd. He had to bend very, for the tallest man, he had to go quite low for that, didn't he? But he managed to do so on his own try line, and Talapapa comes away with the ball, but he's been pushed back behind his own try line, and it's going to be a dropout under the sticks, Joe.
Fiery defence from Bradford, and Featherstone being isolated as the one man taking the ball up. Talapapa could do nothing there and found himself forced behind the sticks.
Good effort from the Bulls in defence there on that occasion, forcing Talapapa back. Rovers will be disappointed with that, though. They're gonna give possession back to the Bulls. They're gonna have another full set in the Rovers half. It's a flattest dropout it's taken, and here come the Bulls on the charge.
I think we should mention that the wind is swirling here, but it does seem to be predominantly in the Bradford direction. And that's a high tackle coming from Featherstone Rovers now. Is it James Lockwood that was in there with the high tackle?
Yeah, Lockwood and Baldwinson involved. I think it's Lockwood who's been pinged there by the referee, and Bradford with that full set now, all inside the Rovers 30.
Bradford, yeah, inside that Rovers 30, and Jordan Lilly shows the ball and then lays it off. And 15 metres away of Bradford at the moment, with plenty of tackles in the bag on this set, and it comes across to Thomas, going out to this left-hand side once again. The Featherstone defence is good, though, on that occasion. Comes back into the middle. Now with Brandon Wilkinson. He plays the ball. It's a short ball, and it comes off a Featherstone player back into a Bradford Bulls hand. So Featherstone are going to get the put in at the scrum on this 10-metre line. It wasn't a very good pass there from Bradford, was it?
No, it wasn't there. The ball put forward by the Bulls into a Featherstone player. That's ruled it as a knock-on. Pinged straight back into another Bradford player's hands who was over the line, but the referee said, no, that's a knock-on. So Rovers defence again holding firm in this second half, and we've got coming up to 15 minutes left.
Release there for the Rovers. They really didn't need a freak try there, but they've got possession of the ball back, and Talapapa, he's getting through a lot of work, particularly in this second half. He takes that first drive up and is hauled to the ground just 20 metres out from his own line.
So James Duckworth now taking it up, and again, Featherstone just looking very slow at the moment. They seem to have lost the zip and pizzazz that they had in the opening stages of this second half. Quite pedestrian in terms of this ball. Maybe the upcoming games are playing on their mind and they're conserving energy. I'm not sure.
I think Jack Ormonroyd leaving the field's been a factor. He did have that zip, but he was also looking to be carrying a niggle, and him leaving the field has meant they've lost something in that front line.
I think it does, and it's the last tackle now. And the ball's kicked through, it's drilled into touch. That's a better end to that set of 6 there from Featherstone Rovers.
Superb game management for Kyle Briggs there. That's something Rovers were lacking in that first half when Briggs was still on the bench. But recognising the time is right for a kick. Finding touch superbly, turning the Bulls around as time is called off with 15 minutes left in this game. It's Bradford Bulls 12, Featherstone Rovers 24, and the Bulls have got scrum, head and feet just inside their own 20.
Certainly have. Featherstone will be looking for a good defensive set here against Bradford Bulls. They'll be looking to keep them at this end of the field and try and get back possession.
Mendika then bringing it in down this right side. Hugely important. Featherstone don't give away a penalty here. The game is lacking some intensity, but when that happens, you just got to make sure you win the territorial battle and play it down there, and then no freak incidents can happen, and you can protect this lead. Jordan Lilly looking to make a break down the middle of the field. Eventually holds gone by the Rovers, but it did spell danger initially.
Yeah, Jordan Lilly looking really dangerous there and almost evaded. I think it was Wildy in there with the all-important tackle on Lily as the Kai kick comes there to that left-hand side, and Kyron Johnson does amazingly well, and that's a high tackle from Peltier on Johnson. I think that's the second one he's done on Johnson this game.
What a take that was from Kyron Johnson from that kick. And then Peltier with the high tackle. Johnson's still down on his haunches. It's going to be a relieving penalty for Featherstone Rovers, and they're going to get some yardage upfield, Joe.
Well, Peltier wants to be playing in the Champions Trophy. He's going to be a flat-pitched bully like that, because he's going over to Johnson every time, trying to lamp him with one, and I'm not seeing much of him down the middle of the field against the likes of Richard Moore.
But it's going to be
time's called off at the moment while Johnson receives that attention. The penalty goes to Featherstone Rovers, and Kyle Briggs puts the boot to ball and puts it into touch just inside that Bradford half. The tap's going to, just inside the Featherstone half. The tap's going to be taken. Josh Hardcastle driving the ball forward, takes it over the Bradford 40. Good drive there from him, and John Davis now on the charge with a flat pass, and it comes out into the middle to Lockwood. Lockwood driving it forward. 3 Bradford Bulls players in attendance on him, and Featherstone is 20 metres out. A terrible play the ball by James Lockwood there, though. All that good work undone by Featherstone Rovers with an awful play the ball.
Yeah, James Lockwood with a horrible mistake at the play of the ball, losing control of that ball when Rovers were in such a good position. They were on the Bulls 20. They had 2 or 3 tackles still in hand and an opportunity to put more points on the board. That's one of the things that's let Rovers down at times, has been the completion rate and making errors in positions where they've been promising positions.
Yeah, composure, completion, all the C words, they've not been great for Featherstone Rovers this afternoon.
That's springing up better in defence though there.
Baldwinson and Moore it was that were muscling up in defence against Bradford Bulls. So Featherstone Rovers will be looking to keep Bradford in this half, and it comes out to the left-hand side. Bradford been playing down that left-hand side a lot this afternoon. It comes into the middle with Peltier. Peltier on the halfway line. He gets driven back. It's the last tackle. So they're going to have to kick from within their own half, and it's a knock-on by Peltier at the play of the ball.
I'll tell you something, Lee Peltier looked at the referee then as if to say, I've had that ball stolen. If he'd have just left that alone, I'm not sure the referee had actually seen that. But he looked at the referee and said, I've lost that ball. And once the ball had gone, the referee pulled up and said, no, you've lost it. So that's given possession to Rovers on halfway. Scrum, head and feed, another attacking set in the Bulls half. Another try, I think, would put this game to bed now.
Certainly would. Ian Hardman now from the base of the scrum, and it goes towards the 40-metre line, does Hardman. Comes into the middle now with James Lockwood. He'll be looking for a better play of the ball this time, and it certainly is. Featherstone bringing it out to this left-hand side. Mariano was looking to be a runner there, but the ball didn't get away to him. From Thackeray back on the field. So Featherstone 12 metres away from that try line, and going from dummy half. I think that was Matty Wildy from dummy half, wasn't it? So he's gone into the hooking roll, and Featherstone on the last. Thackeray with a drop goal attempt. It comes off a Bradford player. Mariano went for it and missed it. And now it's James Duckworth up against Amari Cairo, who gets the ball away. Bradford on the sprint now. Back to Cairo. Ian Hardman going for the tackle on Cairo, and it's successful. He rose the ball along the floor, and Talapapa picks it up.
Duckworth looked like he had to make that one-on-one challenge, however he was struggling tracking back by the looks of it, so I don't know if he's carrying an injury. Real way for Rovers on the fringe though. Bradford come back away with the possession. Looks like there's been a call for obstruction in there though, so the penalty's going to go Featherstone's way, and they're going to get away with that one. It's the ball steal, in fact, that the referee's awarded. Yeah, Featherstone come away with the ball. Very fortuitous there.
Definitely. Kyron Johnson had the ball in the middle of the field. It was a 2-on-1 steal that Bradford came up with there, so that's why the penalty's gone to Featherstone. But Featherstone from an attacking position. Bradford coming away down this right-hand side with Caro.
That pass inside though, Joanne, they didn't need to do that. They had the territory, they had tackle, they had a full set in the bank. That pass inside though picked up by the Rovers, turning possession over. And Rovers now on the back of that penalty. Talapapa driving that ball in, gets Rovers up to the 30. A quick play of the ball to Wildy. Wildy finds Lockwood, driving up to the 20. And Rovers now with a great attacking opportunity for more points.
So Wildy in it, dummy half, gets it to Thackeray. Thackeray to Briggs, Briggs to Davis. Davis back to Harmon. And the ball's come free and Bradford have come up with it. So Featherstone in a good attacking position. Not completed that set once again.
Squandering an opportunity again. Unable to keep a hold of it, and it's slipping back into the way they were in those opening exchanges in the first half. Oh, big shot from Talapapa and Mariano on Lily there. Penalty's been awarded and the referee's going over. No further action taken, just the penalty for the high tackle.
I think he'll have felt that though, Joe.
Definitely. I'm not sure John Lilly will be wanting to take another one like that.
That must have hurt just a little bit, I think.
So James Mendika with the tap on the Featherstone 40. Takes it forward just a few metres himself. Talapapa in on the tackle on Mendika. Mendika goes down onto his haunches. He got injured in that play. Such an injury-prone player is Mendika. We know that ourselves at Featherstone Rovers. So Featherstone now muscling up in defence. Bradford 20 metres away from that Featherstone Rovers line. Comes to Peltier in the middle. Very flat pass. He gets away a little bit, but eventually gets wrapped up again by James Lockwood. It comes over to this right-hand side with Lily to Mendika. Mendika pats it on to Cairo. Cairo going for the line, but Featherstone Rovers defence recovers and eventually gets him down, and it's the last tackle for Bradford. Ball's played to Scott Moore, who's back on the field. It comes into the middle with Lily. That looked a forward pass. Not being called though, and it comes to Thomas, who puts a kick through. That's going to go dead. Forward passing that build-up, not seen by the officials, but it's still ended up with Featherstone having a 20-metre tap, so to no consequence.
Yeah, one of the things that's impressed me in this second half particular has been the line defence from Featherstone Rovers. The Bulls have had several opportunities on that Rovers line to attack. They've not taken any of them. Rovers defence has been strong. And we've got 7.5 minutes left here at the Providence Stadium. Rovers leading the Bulls 24-12.
Talapapa now on halfway line. Plays the ball to Wildy. Wildy to Daryl Griffin, who's back on the field for the remainder of this game. He takes it up to the 40. Now to Jack Ormonroyd, who's looked so lively, and as Joe says, putting so much zip into this attack. Comes to Davis now, puts a little kick in for Glycastle to chase. Brandon Pickersgill takes it, but he runs it dead, so it's going to be a dropout. Featherstone Rovers forcing Bradford to drop that ball out.
Putting Bradford under pressure, finally having a good end to the set for the Rovers there. The kick chase has been strong all day, to be fair. They just needed to find the right kicking option. Finally they did that. Bradford go for the short kick-off. Mendika claims it over on this right fringe, and all of a sudden a positive position for the Rovers becomes negative. Bradford have possession.
What a brilliant dropout that was from Bradford. Got to give them full credit for that. Totally planned. Mendika did well. He's down on his haunches again, but he did well to take that dropout. It was a short one. Featherstone weren't alert to it, and they're bringing it down that left-hand side. Great tackle there on McCarney. And it was Kyron Johnson, was it, who came up with the tackle over on that far side?
All that hard work from Rovers went to waste with the short dropout reclaimed by the Bulls, but matching up in defence over on that far side. McCarney forcing to touch 5 metres inside the Bradford half. Rovers are going to get a full set in the Bulls half again, and a chance to get into bed, you would think, with 5 minutes left.
Yeah, Featherstone Rovers might even go for the drop goal attempt if they do get anywhere near those posts, just to put it more than 2 scores ahead when there's only 5 minutes remaining. So this scrum's just short of the Bradford 40. Ian Harmon taking it forward. Takes it over the 40. I think there'll be a few drives here from the forwards of Featherstone Rovers, although that's Josh Hardcastle who takes the ball in now.
Looks like Hardcastle's coming to the centre of the field with Davis attacking over in the centre position. But Hardcastle is now moving out over to that right centre finally. Wildy then takes the ball, brings it over to the left side. Wildy goes himself, finds a way over, and Featherstone Rovers fancy that's the game, Joe.
It certainly is a game. Matty Wildy forward himself. He said, I'm going to have a go at scoring this try. Took it forward, showed what an elusive player he can be with the ball in hand, and took the ball, scored that try. Featherstone Rovers out of reach now, really, you'd fancy, against the Bradford Bulls.
Yeah, the game's gone now for the game's gone now for the Bulls. Rovers have got this one won. It was a beautiful individual try from Matty Wildy, ghosting through a gap there, able to get that ball down. It's about midway between the touchline and the posts. We've got 4 minutes left here at the Providence Stadium. Rovers leading by 28 points to 12 with a kick to come.
So never mind the drop goal attempt, let's just have a try, shall we? And do you think this scoreline's flattered Featherstone Rovers a little bit today, Joe, if we were being honest?
I don't think Featherstone have been great today. However, it is clear they're the stronger team, and in those couple of moments Bradford are lacking. I think we just saw there, though, what they needed to be doing more of today. They needed to be isolating defenders and running at them. Carl Briggs did it when he came onto the field. That was effective for the Rovers. Matty Wildy's just done it there, and they've come away with more points. Don't know why they didn't pick the option more often.
Carl Briggs now with the conversion attempt. About 15 metres to the left of the posts. He puts it between those posts, so Bradford Bulls 12, Featherstone Rovers 20.
Featherstone Rovers 30.
30 even, yes. Can't add my sixes up. They're a bit slow on the scoreboard here at Bradford, aren't they?
Yeah, Bulls 12, Rovers 30 now. We've got 3.5 minutes left in this match. Rovers have certainly come out a different team in this second half, struggled very much in that first half, but they're a much better second half performance, much more controlled. Be interesting to see what John Sharp has to say at full time. Darryl Griffin, though, driving that ball up to the 20 centre field. He'll play the ball to Wildy, and Rovers now just driving that ball up over the 30 now.
Ormond Royd with that ball, he plays the ball, it goes to John Davis on the charge, and Davis bounces off the Bradford defenders, gets the ball back to Kyle Briggs. Kyle Briggs lays it off to Jordan Baldwinson, not able to get the ball away to Harmon. He did well to hold on there, did Baldwinson, and not force the pass, it wasn't necessary. Comes across to Briggs, Briggs shows it and goes, he's fancying it himself, unable just to get the ball away into Jack Ormond Royd's hands. He had Ormond Royd and Wildy on his left hand side, just unable to do so. But it was a delightful little dummy from Briggs, wasn't it, that?
So much more positivity from the Rovers now that the game's won, unfortunately. Carl Briggs looking very dangerous down that right fringe and unable to quite supply the right ball to Ormond Royd on his inside.
Sam Hallis is named the Bradford Bulls man of the match this afternoon.
So Featherstone with the put in here at the scrum on the 10, and Josh Hardcastle going for the line with 2 steps, and he's over. Josh Hardcastle.
Absolutely.
Take my hat off to Josh Hardcastle there. What a great try.
Twinkle toes Hardcastle as well, never mind anybody else. Josh Hardcastle there getting the ball out the base of the scrum, dancing through the Bradford defence like they weren't there. And Rovers now really taking control in this match in the dying moments. We've got barely a couple of minutes left here, and it's Bradford Bulls 12, Featherstone Rovers now 34.
Been crying out all match for some of those talented Featherstone players to run at that Bradford defence, and in the final 5 minutes they've done it on 3 occasions. They've come away with 2 tries.
That's all that was needed, wasn't it? You know, we have got the talent in that team, and I think that's why we sounded so disappointed at half time, wasn't it? Because we just weren't seeing that come to the top. You know, that cream wasn't rising to the top from the Featherstone Rovers players. We have seen it in the latter half of the second half, and it seems to be as though when they've become a little bit more relaxed, when they knew that the game was won. So Kyle Briggs now, he's got a conversion attempt under the sticks. You'd fancy that he'll get this. And he does. It's Bradford Bulls 12, Featherstone Rovers 36 here at the Providence Stadium, Odsal.
Indeed, so Rovers then boosting the points difference, which could be crucial at the end of the year. These late tries to Featherstone Rovers can only be a good thing as Rovers stretch out to a 24-point lead now. 3,931, I think that said.
Yeah, 3,931.
Nearly 4,000 here at the Providence Stadium this afternoon. That's a pretty good attendance.
Jordan Lilly now with the kick-off, and it goes straight into Ian Harmon's hands. Featherstone Rovers coming back for some more. Josh Hardcastle, he'll be looking to get his hat-trick if there's enough time left in this game for him to do so. Comes from dummy half with Kyron Johnson. He gets the ball away to Davis. Davis to Ormonroyd, and Ormonroyd to Thackeray. The breaks on for Featherstone Rovers with Anthony Thackeray. He checks, and Brandon Pickersgill tries to get him. He steals the ball one-on-one. It's going to be a knock-on from Brandon Pickersgill there. Featherstone Rovers are going to get the scrum 12 metres away. And Matty Wildy's saying, come on, form this scrum quickly. Let's get some more score on the board.
It's a fair one-on-one rip, but then the knock-on allows Featherstone to have a full set of tackles in that Bradford 15 metres. Got a real opportunity here, and you put your money on the
referees called time off because Featherstone Rovers did form that scrum quickly. Anthony Thackeray's going to put the ball in.
Featherstone with the numbers on his short side.
He's gone away to Briggs. Briggs puts the kick in. Comes off Bradford. It's on the floor, and Bradford dive on it eventually. That means that the end of the game is here, and it ends up Bradford Bulls 12, Featherstone Rovers 36.
So the Bulls were leading 12-10 at half-time, but Rovers in this second half had just taken complete control. Tries from Hardcastle, Ormonroyd. A penalty from Briggs, Wildy and Hardcastle again. In this second half has stretched Rovers out from what was a 12-10 deficit at half-time to a 36 points to 12 victory. That's it from the Providence Stadium this afternoon. Thank you for your company, Joanne.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening in. That is a Featherstone Rovers win. Really important that Featherstone Rovers got the 2 points this afternoon. It was a potential banana skin. They've overcome it, though. Ran out victors, 36 points to 12. It's the Challenge Cup next, a break from the league, a short break, really, because the last Swinton after that pretty soon. So it'll be Headingley next Friday against the Leeds Rhinos in the quarterfinal of the Challenge Cup. Please join us then. That pretty soon. So it'll be Headingley next Friday against the Leeds Rhinos in the quarterfinal of the Challenge Cup. Please join us then. Results from the Kingston Press Championship round 17: Bradford 12, Featherstone Rovers 36, London 52, Dewsbury 8, Oldham 24, Hull KR 32, Sheffield 0, Halifax 54, Swinton 12, Batley 26.